Hi everybody. So my name is Vijay, and I have with me Harish here. I'm the engineering manager at Intuit, and Harish is a staff software engineer. We are in the core AI platform at Intuit. And thanks, Jim, also giving us a wonderful introduction. So today we are going to talk about our feature management platform and how we have supercharged Intuit ML developers in accelerating their model development lifecycle. So it's a quick introduction to model development. I'm sure pretty much everybody is aware of it, but just want to base ourselves here. So a typical ML MDLC includes several phases, and I'm sure everybody is aware that the most critical or most time-consuming phase is the creating features, for which they start from the users of the system are MLEs or data scientists or anyone trying to deploy a model in production at scale. Right, so they start with data exploration and then creating features, which includes transforming the source data into the features required by the model, creating, training, and deploying the model. And this is an iterative process and repeated until the goal of the model is achieved. Going a little bit deeper into the feature, creating feature aspect itself. So what we've provided as part of our feature management platform, the architecture is as follows, right? So the user of the system, as I explained, is the MLEs or data scientists or anyone developing models. They start with the data exploration, which could be real-time data coming through Kafka topics or a batch data, which would be available in our data lake systems, storage systems. After data exploration, they go into feature engineering phase where they could be simple data pipelines or complex logic that is transforming source data into features as needed by the model. To provide simplicity and uniformity in terms of how features are ingested into the platform, we provided this architecture where features are published to Kafka topics, and from then on, our platform will provision the necessary infrastructure required to read those, to consume those features and persist in our online and offline stores. Once the features are persisted in our stores, we provide mechanisms to access those features. For offline store, features can be accessed that can be used for exploration and training. And for online store, the features can be accessed through our online serving layer, which is a real-time API layer, which will make the features available in real time for model inference. So as you can see, like feature engineering itself is a complex workflow, but on top of that, the user needs to think about a lot of these other things, like registering the schema properties, discovering features or existing features that they could reuse, figuring out the read permissions and write permissions for a feature, how do they scale and monitor their feature engineering pipelines, stuff like that. So this is where we try to streamline this, and this would take a lot of time for our users to in the development flow. And this is where we try to streamline our feature management lifecycle. And we have 4 stages here. The first stage is the schema registration, where the users will register the feature set schema, provide the names of the feature, the data type, and data classification and stuff like that. Once the feature is registered, they go to the next phase, which is onboarding. Onboarding is where once the features are registered, onboarding to our platform, which would involve us to provision the necessary infrastructure to take the features and ingest it into our feature stores. Once that is done, then it's immediately available for consumption. So Harish will go into detail of a little bit detail in each of those 4 steps to see how we have enabled it for our customers.
Thanks, Vijay. The users, as Vijay mentions, our typical users are like ML engineers and data scientists. So they land up into AI Workbench, where we serve feature store as a service over there. Using that feature store console, user can interact and then create their features. So AI Workbench is a new dedicated development environment for all the ML to create ML and AI applications within Intuit. So users will land up here, and it's all a self-serve. And users register and then onboard and then manage their features, and then they can very well see their onboarding steps, like so how far it has been progressed. And then once onboarding is done, when the pipeline is live running, they can see the live status as well. If the pipeline is running, how much is the traffic is coming, those steps also means those metrics also be available in this console. And then users can anytime add or delete the features. They can modify anything over there. And then the deployment, users want to test their features in the pre-production environment, like they want to test end-to-end over there. Once they are confident, and then they can move that particular step into production. And all these will be users would interact, like these infrastructure will be available in minutes, so that they can very well use this few minutes without any manual intervention. Going on to the steps, like as Vijay mentioned, so there'll be typically in feature management lifecycle, 4 steps will be there, starting with the schema registration. Users mention their define their schema, like feature sets. What is the name of the feature set? What are all the features available in this feature set? And then what is the data type for that feature set? Once and then we take like some more information, if it is what is the classification, so is it sensitive information? And then CCPA related, like if they want to get the like GDPR results, to get the data, delete the data, we take that information as a part of registration. And once we collected everything, and then when they started registering this feature, our backend services will validate this information. If it good to go, then we store this metadata in central repository. And after that, like users can anytime add, update, delete the features in this particular feature sets. Once it is available, and these registered feature sets metadata will be available in central repository, and using data catalog service, users can view their feature sets. And the typical users first will see if the existing the for their use case, the feature set is a the features are available in any of the feature set. If it is available, they can reuse those feature set. This will help us remove the redundancy, and then ease of use, and they don't need to do extra effort on that. And after that, onboarding and infrastructure provisioning, this is the key part of this entire workflow. Once they register the schema, and then they click on onboarding, and our workflows runs to create the infrastructure. The first part of that one would be online or inference table, like we take the information, like if they want online or offline, both kind of thing. Our online inference table would be on DynamoDB. It's a key value based low latency store, and then we provision that database first. And then we have like an Intuit, the stream processing platform, which is a real-time processing platform. And we provision that pipeline, and which takes the information from the Kafka, reads the information from Kafka, and then update this online inference table. And to retrieve the features, whatever it is stored in the online inference table, this will be exposed to GraphQL service. And so this service is ensuring that effectiveness, like access also, so means add here the security rules, like the users only can get the only his data, not the other data. This GraphQL service is like responsible for that one, and then interact this DB. And if the user opted to choose like offline job, like we create that offline job, so using the Kafka. And this is the this offline job runs periodically, and takes the information like Kafka information, and then create Hive tables on top of S3. And all these will happen in few minutes, like these workflows, and these all these systems will horizontally scales, be it in data pipeline, be it in online table. If the during tax season, our systems needs to be we upscale that system. If the traffic is, if we get more than the expected one, even our systems are capable to horizontally scale. The pipelines will get added the more and more parts, and then online table would increase in AWS, the auto scaling will be there. And then ingestion. So all the users will do their feature engineering, and then we provide them like SDK to ingest the data. This SDK will simplify and then make it like a unified way to ingest the data, and it is available both in Java as well as in Python programming language. Their users, that ML engineers and data scientists, can opt the programming language of their choice. Once they are done with the feature engineering using this SDK, they convert the features into a raw format and then update, ingest their data. And the online, the stream processing pipeline, or like offline job, will process this data and then make sure that when they put the data into corresponding table, is it offline or online. And then the consumption part, as mentioned earlier, the consumption would be through GraphQL service. When the users, like in the during the onboarding process, like we update the schema of that GraphQL service. Like each feature set will have their schema, and then the key what the features needs to be interacted with. And this GraphQL service, again, it's a low latency store, and low latency we serve for typical P99 like 70 milliseconds, and P50 would be like around 30 to 40 milliseconds. We serve that one. And again, this service is like auto scaling. If the traffic is more, like if you get like more and more traffic for model inference online, and then this will get automatically get scaled up. And we have like for particular use cases, the caching layer as well, so that it will very well reduce the latency. And this once, like when the users register, these features will be inferred in a model execution service. Like there is another platform and another service within Intuit. It interacts this with a feature store service, this GraphQL service. Users no need to like worry about the permissions or any scaling kind of thing. So once they onboard, like we integrate every schema, every feature into that into this GraphQL in model execution service, so that it will be available in online inference for from this service. And these features, like not only users can combine the features set, like feature set is the key, the main data store, and users can query like multiple features in across the feature set, so that it's easy and then for them. And offline stores, as I told, it will be on Hive tables on top of S3. We store that one. Users interact like pretty much like anywhere, like typically Athena or Databricks. They interact and then they train their model, they explore their model, and then using the results, they very well test in the offline store. And I'll hand over to Vijay for we can give you the summary of.
Thanks, Aris. So this is the last slide. So in summary, how we supercharged ML development at Intuit is, the first thing is making it self-service. So users can get started and get onboarded within minutes. And by having onboarding integrated into its AI workbench, it is one-stop shop for all ML development, including feature management. So this tremendously increases productivity, and also the platform promotes feature discoverability and reuse. By providing SDKs, it simplifies data publishing. So there's only simple ways for users to publish data, and they can use the programming language of their choice to publish the data in a consistent manner. We provide both offline and on real-time feature serving, catering to diverse application needs. The platform is highly scalable and ensures low latency feature retrieval. It has auto scaling built in. It also has security and reliability built in, which are integral to the platform's design, safeguarding valuable data and ensuring consistent performance. So I hope this was informational. Please let us know if you have any questions or if you want to learn more about the platform.